Good morning. I have just made myself a beautiful cup of Dunkin' and I am settling in to watch the Cruikshank family go to the Nebraska State Fair. Jacob and Lucas are these two influencers. I guess I don't know if you would call them maybe creators. They don't ever really sell stuff. They just go places and it's really funny. So yeah, I'm gonna be watching that for a little bit, kind of waking up, play a little Disney Dreamlight Valley. Hopefully Finnegan will look at me at some point.
You'd rather sit on that than hang out with me? Okay.
Tough crowd. Yeah, so today is going to be just kind of like a beautiful little reset day. I love a Sunday for exactly that. And yeah, I want to get my eyebrows done or do them myself, one way or the other. And then I had something else, skincare routine, probably head to Trader Joe's in a little bit to get some couple other extra things. I mean, it's fall, so it's like, you know, Trader Joe's is gonna start popping off, but I don't know if I'll go today or later on in the week. It's just beautiful and quiet right now. It's a Sunday. Sorry if I said that already, but this is my first week back to the schedule that I wanted, which was Tuesday, Sunday off. So I'm very grateful there. So yeah, literally nothing on the docket. It is a little late already in the day. It's 11:30, so it's not like we got a early start, but that was great. It was so nice to kind of sleep in and not care. So yeah, just gonna watch my boys, Jack and Luck, and just enjoy the day, really. I would love to talk about, just for a second, the school shooting that happened very close by to us. This will be the third school shooting that I was really close to. When in Nashville, the Covenant School was really nearby where we lived, about 30 minutes away. And then Parkland is again about a 40-minute drive from where I grew up, where the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas shooting happened. And it's just a trip, man, because you really think about how it is in your backyard. And while I don't have kids, I could have been a teacher, you know? And it's just so sad that this is the world that we live in, that people don't process their behaviors and emotions in a way that doesn't affect and hurt and change lives. I really just wanted it to be fall into a new routine, this light, easy week that we kind of chat and just get back to basics. But it's so upsetting that this is the basics of our lives now, is being prepared for war at all times. I know it's hard for me to get sleep a lot, and I wake up at the smallest noises, and I have been like that pretty much since October 7th of last year. It really woke me up to the fact that at any point in time when you're doing just something that's living your life, you know, whether it be an event that you're looking forward to or school which you're just, you know, required to go to, that you could be at risk because somebody else wants to take out their pain on you. And I know a lot of people say hurt people, but hurt people killing people is a very different dynamic. I can't imagine, you know, the pain that people feel when their kid doesn't come home from school, or, you know, what that teacher felt like, where we literally have been up in arms, you know, pun intended, I guess, but about how to protect them from these circumstances, and we still have no answers. I don't believe they should have to arm themselves. It's just, I never would have thought that we were living this life now. You know, I was watching a video on YouTube last night about how Santa Monica has changed, Santa Monica, California. And it was Third Street Promenade looks like a ghost town, and there's all these vacancies. And when I was in criminal justice studies, they talk a lot about the broken window theory, and if there's a broken window in a house in an area, then it just automatically decreases the value. And this man was talking about kind of how real estate works, where it's they'd rather not rent and lease out these buildings if they're not going to pay what they think they're valued for, but then they're sitting vacant, and then it also decreases the perceived value. It's just a wild thing. You know, so many beautiful people in this world have incredible ideas and would love a storefront. And instead of us making something that makes it worthwhile, we're so like interested in penny pinching and making up false ideals and, you know, saying like this should be worth millions of dollars, but it's like, but it's fucking empty and it's just going to get worse. And like, it's just not being used at all. I don't know. I don't know how some of you have children, you know, and it's like Kai has beautiful children and she is like one of the strongest people I know. And again, I'm going to talk about her directly because she's part of this project, but it's just like, you know, the strength that you have to be an individual person in this country is wild. But then to think about like creating these beautiful little souls to go off into the world, and then, you know, they can't even go to an outdoor mall without being like at risk of somebody screaming at them. You know, there's even in Santa Monica, 3rd Street Promenade, like a little police substation, and it's like a safety kiosk. And I was like, it's unreal to me how that has changed. And I guess it's been about 12 years since I've been there. I lived technically on the cusp of like Santa Monica and Mar Vista, but I could have walked to there. And now like you would not walk to there. And even when Kai and I worked at the Hard Rock Cafe in Hollywood, the homeless population kind of ran those streets, but it was accepted in Hollywood, and you would see it near the Santa Monica Pier, but nothing like what I saw in these videos that people were posting. And it is just, again, like, homeless people are people. Like, most of the time they do have health issues or, you know, mental health issues. I just want to urge everyone to be safe and protect yourself and keep your head on a swivel as always. And I hate that the past 2 weeks maybe these messages have been a little bit more serious than unserious. And, you know, my whole channel has turned into something I never dreamed it would, because it's been these like raw reflections on the circumstances I would never expect. I mean, this whole year has thrown me for a loop, and I'm really trying to like handle it with grace, you know, and not let my hurt people. Trying to turn every weird thing into a positive. I was watching so many YouTube things, like that's where I get my news. But I was watching this video about Seattle and like 3rd and Pike, and how that is like, you know, fentanyl nation, and these guys are just walking around like zombies. And it's like, I think I made mention of that too. It's like, it does feel like we're in a zombie apocalypse. It's just a weird thing. It's a weird thing to think about, like how to protect yourself without risking other people. I don't know. I definitely don't have the answer. I think that's why I just stay inside a lot. Like, I'm just gonna keep repeating, please just stay safe, and tell people that you love them, and remember who you are. And life is short. It shouldn't be as short as it was for those kids that went to school, or for the teachers that went to work. And I hope by continuously talking about this, that parents become more aware of what they're allowing their kids access to. Remember what it's like to be a hormonal teenager that probably doesn't have a good scope on reality. And especially in the reality that we live in now, where there's AI and there's so much death and violence on the TV. But it's not just about that. There's been like a bigger dissension on like what's real and what's fake, what's acceptable, what's not fake. Like, we're watching real war, real assaults, so much trafficking in the world. Like, so let's, you know, like, I could understand how it's like, well, who knows what's right or wrong if you're not really ingraining that in somebody. And then also just respecting the fact that, like, unless you're a clinical psychologist, like, you don't really know how your kid's doing mentally. So, like, don't give them a gun for Christmas. I mean, I don't even know how that's a fucking thing. And I get that there's, like, hunting and stuff like that, but that's not, like, assault rifles. It's really just disturbing. Yeah, it's, like, it's just so sad to see the people that are affected, because that's what, you know, yeah, that kid's gonna be in jail probably for the rest of his life. Yeah, his dad's going down too, which I think is a really important message. But, you know, there is no justice in that, because nothing will bring their family members back to the people that lost them for really like the most senseless of crime. So I love you. Please tell the people that you love them. And, you know, like I'm just gonna continuously say, probably for the rest of my life, stay safe, because it's a wacky world out there. But also I would say believe in something, because the next day, the next hour, the next second is not promised. So like live your life to the fullest and enjoy it, and we'll see you on the other side, I guess. And again, hey Google, play Tate McRae, uh-oh.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat. What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter. Lose gravity, I'm swimming in the quicksand. Up to my knees. Keep losing sleep, I'm manic, dream at midnight. So hard to please. Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer.
What are you doing?
It gets colder, you know. Sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the low, I remember what you were saying. Sometimes all you need is a spark, and maybe just a better kind of bitter.
What a beautiful Sunday so far. I still have to load the dishwasher, but I emptied the dishwasher. I've gone to Target. I got some things for the house. I got a house salad from Joey D's, which is my favorite salad in town. I haven't been able to find anything from their entree menu that I love, but I really love their house salad. Their house dressing is like honey mustard and this like hot bacon jam situation. It is really great. I added steak to it today. Really recommend that, but they didn't give me a croissant, so still a 4 out of 5 every single time. But it was nice because it was like I sent my order through before I went to Target, so it kind of like minimized my loosey-goosey shopping in Target. So that was a good like little plan there. I did go to try to get the grilled cheese, like the toaster grilled cheese that I ate from Sam. It's like this has been haunting me because I ate her last grilled cheese and I felt so bad about it, but I was like, it's cool, I'll just go to the store real quick the next day and try to go get it. And I went to Publix that night and they were out, or I couldn't find it. Then I went to Target today, they were out. I was just like, that's just the worst when you're like, oh, it's no big deal, I'll just get them another one, and then like you can't find it. Anyways, sorry, it was impolite of me to eat it anyways, but she's like, I don't care. I was like, I care. But anyways, I got some good snacks. Just had a little coffee and cake because, you know, a perfect day for an Italian, and the wind down of it all is coffee and cake. So I did that. Like I said, I still would love to do the dishes. Gonna do my skincare. It's 6 p.m. so I'm making great time. Yeah, feeling great about the day. I am now watching The Perfect Couple on Netflix. I'm on episode 2. I feel like I have already like cracked the case. I think I cracked the case within the first 30 seconds of it. I was like, that's the murderer. Gonna go cuddle back in bed and just watch some more of the show and kind of chill out, like I said. Then do a little skincare and then hopefully go down when the sun goes down. So love you. Thank you for coming along on this cutesy little day with me. I feel very like It's not fall yet, but we are falling into a new routine. We did it. I think so, right? I got it all done.
Now it's time to head to the movies with our cinematic crusader. Here with another titanium take, here's our movie Maven Kai.
Well, hey there, everyone. It is I, your movie Maven Kai, and we made it to September. Take a deep breath, everybody. Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it, and it was hard. We are in a time of year where there's a lot of comfort food, comfort songs, comfort clothes. I wore a hoodie the other morning. I can't tell you how good that felt. I'm sitting here with my pumpkin spice, looking at the list of things I have to do today and thinking, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to, be able to master all of this? And you make a list and then you throw away the list and then you just start going. You just start working. What has always been really helpful for me, and Rusty brought it up, like we should bring this up on the vlog, is having that comfort background noise. And I feel like a lot of people do this, whether it's your lo-fi beats or a favorite album, playlist, a show, a movie, having that familiarity in the background where you don't really have to pay attention, but you get that same kind of like, ooh, I get a good feeling from this, is one of the best things that you can do for your mental health when you're feeling overwhelmed, because your brain being able to focus on what it is that you're doing and getting the dopamine, the serotonin from being able to check things off of the list, but then also being able to connect with whatever's in the background because you love it and it's yours. It's a beautiful mix. And so I highly recommend it. My comfort shows are the usual suspects. So I'm big on Forensic Files. Let's see. I Love Lucy, The Office, of course, Supernatural, and Umbrella Academy is one of the newer ones. I've been watching it since the beginning. The 4th season just came out. It's absolutely beautiful. It is the final, the series finale. So no more, but if you want something to, kind of watch and get through and you have the time and the means with which to do it, please do. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a big My Chemical Romance, Gerard Way fan, but it is very, very good. And one of the reasons why I think I like it is because there's a lot of, it's an ensemble cast, beautiful, wonderful ensemble cast. And you have your different, tropes, if you will. And you get to see like how they mix and how they work together and how they make a good team. And, growing up with a comic book, obsession and being such a nerd, we all know that I love a good team. But I feel like some of that also came from growing up in the 80s, 82 in the house. And I'm a big John Hughes fan. And all of his movies were these great ensemble casts. You always had like 4 or 5 really strong, characters that there were a lot of differences and a lot of understanding had to be had. And there was a great sense of the high school experience, whether it was Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Pretty in Pink. My favorite, of course, is The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club is, if you've not seen it, and I understand that I have to say this because there's some youngins out there now, it's 5 people that have to spend a day in Saturday detention, which I don't think is a thing anymore. So enjoy seeing, what it used to be like for us elder millennials. So you've got Anthony Michael Hall, Emilio Estevez, Judd Nelson, Molly Ringwald, Ali Sheedy. And the 5 of them have their own little, groups and personalities, and they're there for, different reasons and whatnot. And they're labeled by the young, characters as the criminal, the jock, the brain, the princess, and the basket case. And it's such a great movie about being able to find that equilibrium within, a larger sense of community. So you have your, your big community of high school, you have your smaller community of your cliques and your, friend groups. And then you have, this community where, you have representation really of all of those different people kind of coming into Saturday detention and having to deal with each other for the day. And by the end of it, you have new connections, you have new friendships, you have a sense of understanding. And I always thought that was really cool. And as I got older, because I saw the movie when I was probably 5, too young to be watching it, honestly, but watching it over and over again as I got older and having a better understanding of all of those different people, of everything that they were actually feeling, of being able to make those connections with, different, idealistic, monsters it's oddly comforting. It's oddly comforting. And, there's a lot of things about the movie that people can sit there and go, well, this is problematic and that's problematic. And we can counter it with, well, it's a product of its time and the culture of the, yes. But it's also still really relevant when you get to the high school experience. There's still a lot of these things that, people will throw out there as ideas. They'll, have these issues and these problems that they don't necessarily talk to people about, or, they'll voice them openly, and, they have to be reeled in. And I always felt, that this representation of people was really accurate. It almost prepared me for, a high school experience. And then as I got older, being able to look back and go, I feel like it was really important to have that understanding. I feel like it was really important to, see that those things happen. It has remained one of my comfort movies. And, it's from everything from being able to just sit there and throw out a quote, to recognizing a song, or a moment. And so it is very much something that I put on in the background, and I think I'll put it on today because I have research to do and a report to write and all of that fun stuff. But being able to stop for a second, kind of clear my head, watch a specific scene or, a specific exchange, it's almost that Etch-a-Sketch moment where everything is a little too discombobulated. You shake it out, rinse, repeat, and then you can get right back into it. And so, being able to have those comfort movies, those comfort shows, those comfort sounds, it's important, guys. It's important. So I'm telling you today, make your list, throw it away if you need to. Make sure that you have everything that you need with you as you're trying to, check off things on this list. I've got my coffee. I will be getting my water. And, setting up everything around me so I can sit, I can get this stuff done, I can focus, kind of, because I'll have the Breakfast Club on in the background. Let's get it done, guys. Let's get it done. We're so close to the end of the year. At this point, everybody's burnt out. They've been, lighting the candle at both ends and trying to hit those goals and, there's all of this that we have to take care of. And, you do have to keep your eye on the prize, but if you're not taking care of yourself within being available the way that we need to be 24/7 these days, the expectation of it, it's never going to be good. It's never going to be the best that you can be. You need to take that time, whether it's 5 minutes, whether it's an hour, whatever. Go watch a show, go watch a movie, have it on in the background, listen to a song, do something for you so that you can do for everyone else. You put that oxygen mask on yourself first. We say it all the time and then we often don't do it. But, as long as that intention is there and as long as we are doing everything possible that we can to take care of ourselves, we are taking a step in the right direction. Guys, have such an awesome rest of your week. Get things going. Let's get this wrapped up. It's spooky time. Light a candle. Go get you a pumpkin spice. But don't forget to drink your water and take your meds. Also very, very important. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.
Dear Mr. Vernon, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was that we did wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are. You see us as you want to see us, in the simplest terms, in the most convenient definitions. But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain, and an athlete, and a basket case, a princess, and a criminal. Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
What are you doing?
I started that show.
Okay, we're gonna put this in the bloops, but I'm gonna start this monologue. Well, it's not like any of this is ever planned. You should probably know that by now. Okay, be right back.